1, 2, 3. I'm here to congratulate you to hitting 1,000 subscribers. With great power, there always comes great responsibility. The beginning of this new era will be the 1,000 subscriber special. So the management has decided that you will do a how-to KDA video in which you will produce an entire KDA song, not remake it, you make a new one. You better get done quickly. If you don't have this project done, I'm gonna fire you. Have a nice day. Good luck.
Hello and welcome, my name's Richie and welcome to How to KDA. In this episode, I'm gonna show you how to make a beat in the style of KDA, and in the next episode we're gonna ruin that beat with my vocals, which is gonna be terrible. But for this episode, let's have a look at the beat. Let's dive into it. Alright guys, this is how the instrumental looks like, and for someone that has probably never seen a program like this looks very scary, doesn't it? Let me show you exactly what's going on. So I wanted to make sure that the beginning of the beat and the beginning of the instrumental kind of felt like taking off, going to another world, right? Because that's the sound of KDA, like it's a futuristic kind of sound. So I have these things right here, these three effects right here, make sure that it feels like future, okay? Those right here are risers. I've probably talked about them within my reactions a lot as well. And if you listen to them, they kind of create that energy at the beginning. Yeah, so this gives you kind of the feeling of taking off. Which also sounds a bit like a motorcycle. I had like instantly that Akali motorcycle image in my head when I found that sound right here. So then what's really important is that that bass needs to hit, okay? Like we producers always like to say the bass needs to have the boom. You know what I'm talking about? The bass is basically consisting out of three sounds. For the intro, it's a kick drum, it's an 808, and it's a brass. Yeah, that's like the real thing that punches through everything. This is like the super low frequencies. And that's like probably what you're gonna hear mainly. For the intro, I wanted to just make sure that this part like hits really hard. So I also added like a lot of effects on top of it. So then I have this clap, piano chords, and you can see they're always ducking down in volume. That's because I sidechained those ones to the bass to make sure that the bass really cuts through. And what sidechaining does, it just reduces basically the volume of this piano whenever the bass and the kick hit. Then I have this vocal chop melody, which honestly is not like the best, but it kind of fits the purpose. And every KDA song has this kind of weird vocal chop melody, so I need to make one as well. That's really just my vocal, heavily edited. I added like this distortion here and like a bunch of other effects on top of that to make that sound. I also have another version of my vocal here, which is just for atmosphere. At the end, I have this super cool bass pattern right here, which kind of goes like daddle daddle dum. Yeah, then we drop into the verse, and that verse instantly starts with some original League of Legends samples. So I have a Akali ultimate right here. The one is like on the right, the other one is on the left. One is kind of like that feeling that Akali is like slicing enemies left and right. This kick drum right here is actually also a sound from Akali herself. I'm not sure, I think this is like when she activates her E and like kicks someone in the face. And then I still have this 808 and I still have this brass. I actually used Mr. Dylan's video, make sure to check him out, I will link him up there, who made like a How to Popstar video, and he had all of the samples linked within his description. So I used a few of his drum samples, for example the snare right here. Yeah, also this bleeping thingy. kind of cool. And as a transition effect, I used this Kali W. You always need to have some like this hey thing that was also in every KDA song, so you need to have that one, I guess. And then for the pre-chorus, what we have these 80s chords. And I added this arpeggio to create more movement. I have these piano chords coming in. And I have a deep sub bass which kind of goes like dum wow, dum wow. And which also goes like wow, wow at the end before we drop into the chorus. I also used Ari vocal samples. You barely even notice it. Yeah, then we go into the chorus. For the chorus, we just have everything. We have snares, we have kick drums, we have the bass, obviously, we have hi-hats, we have these piano chords. I have this vocal atmosphere thing. I have the hey samples. What we added new is this analog bubble thingy that just goes from the left to the right. And then we have these huge chords. And then we have a bunch of effects to make sure that the chorus also hits hard. Yeah, fantastic. That's it for the chorus. For the second half of the chorus, we bring in this vocal chop melody. I also change up the chord progression for the second half, so like... Now we go like a little bit more high energy. This is also complemented by the bass. Just a little bit more of a crazy pattern for the second half of the chorus. Then we go into the second verse where I have some spicy Kaiser samples.
That's 1, 2 down, pray marked.
Pray marked. What you usually want to do is within the second verse you kind of want things to calm down a little bit. So I have this hard hitting bass and then I have still these piano chords just to create some atmosphere. So I can tell it's a little bit calming. And obviously I also wanted to have that kick drum hitting and the bass hitting together with that 1 down, 2 down. And I obviously have those ones panned as well. One to the left, the other one to the right, to kind of give you the feeling that Kaiser is all around you. And then right here, we used once again a Kali W and this drum fill as a transition. Yeah, it's speeding up and it's transitioning into the pre-chorus. For this second pre-chorus, I added in this vocal atmosphere that you guys already know, just to make it a little bit different from the first. And for the chorus, I added in another percussion thing, which I think you guys already know as well, which is this weep beep. And then we come to the bridge, which I thought as Evelyn's part. And for the bridge, I wanted to make things really epic. So I wanted to calm down everything with pianos and some pads and then build up everything slowly to hit really hard. So this is how the bridge sounds at the beginning. So we have these transition sounds right here, this right, that just helps with transitioning from the chorus. And then we have these piano chords as well as some pads. So you can tell this piano chords at itself sound a little bit like empty, and adding these pads really helps. So together they sound like this. And I'm pretty sure when I look at the volume, yeah, I made sure that the pads are like slowly coming in, and that gives you kind of the feeling of the thing moving forward, the beat moving forward. I think the chords also changed. Then I have these chords right here, which I made sure that they play like a cool arpeggio, which I heard in a lot of Riot songs, especially within the World songs. They always like these arpeggiated things. You can tell that is really like creating a vibe, and it's starting to build up so much more energy for the chorus. Oh yeah, I also have these Evelyn things in here.
A little bit of heaven before the hell in your lungs.
So those ones are also creating a little bit more atmosphere. And then what I thought should definitely not be missing are epic drums. So I have these ones right here. And then I also used the synthesizer from the chorus, and I filtered it out, and I made sure that it's kind of like sneaking within the bridge. So it's kind of growing as well. And then right before we drop, I thought it would be really cool to have an Akali voice sample here.
Perfect execution.
And you can tell it's a little bit deeper, and that's because I layered it with the same sample but just pitched out on an entire octave.
Perfect execution.
It just creates that super epic effect right here.
Perfect execution.
For the last chorus, I also added another percussion element, and then we end off the beat with this huge bass hit. Alright, so that's the beat. Now I'm gonna play for you guys the entire beat. Enjoy.
No
Alright guys, so this is it for this episode today. Obviously you can probably tell this was a lot of work, especially because I didn't show you guys the steps that I used to analyze everything. Obviously I need to find a chord progression that conveys the sound of KDA. So for that I analyzed every chord progression of the 3 songs that were out there. Then I made like lists of elements that are within the tracks to make sure to create that soundscape as accurately as possible. Yeah, so as I said, you don't want to miss me adding vocals on top of that. I can tell you already it's gonna be a little bit cringe, okay? So the next one is probably gonna be only for like entertaining purposes or like for showing you guys the intention of each section. But like I can't really rap like Soyeon. Actually, like the rapping turned out probably to be the biggest problem. Yeah, I can't really sing either, so perfect. I still have a lot of fun adding melodies on top of beats though, so we will still make that video. At the moment I'm a little bit sick, so my voice kind of hurts when speaking, so rapping and recording, singing for me at the moment is just not doable. So that's also why I told you guys I want to do the 2-part thing. See you guys in the second part. Stay safe. Goodbye.